Well, the message from this White House is no one should have been surprised by the announcement. President Trump campaigned on the issue of recognizing Jerusalem, Israel's capital. The only difference, as he said in his speech on Wednesday, was that he was the first president to actually do it.
Through all of these years, presidents representing the United States have declined to officially recognize Jerusalem as Israel's capital. In fact, we have declined to acknowledge any Israeli capital at all. But today we finally acknowledge the obvious, that Jerusalem is Israel's capital.
So the words have been said, the deed has been done. What happens next? Well, moving the embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, says the White House, will take many years. But meanwhile, the diplomatic fallout is really happening right now. The action will be moving to New York on Friday when the UN Security Council meets in an emergency meeting. This was called by no fewer than 8 countries. Let me read them to you. Bolivia, Britain, Egypt, France, Italy, Senegal, Sweden and Uruguay. Not a coalition you see very often. And they've all asked the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres to start off with a speech. His feelings on the subject are well known. He is against what the White House has done, and many will bring up the fact they think that what the US has done also may contravene UN Security Council and UN General Assembly resolutions, which talk about the recognition either way of occupied land, which part of Jerusalem could be after the 6-day 1967 war. As for the peace process, which, as you know, involves Jared Kushner, the president's son-in-law, where do we go from here? Well, the White House insisting it is not dead. Let's listen to Sarah Sanders, the press spokesperson for this White House.
We are as committed to the peace process as ever, and we want to continue to push forward in those conversations and those discussions. And hopefully, the ultimate goal, I think, of all those parties is to reach a peace deal, and that's something that the United States is very much committed to.
But in reality, if you just look at the Palestinian reaction to the decision on Jerusalem, there is a feeling that the US cannot play the role of honest broker, especially when it comes to the Palestinians. And Jared Kushner's plan, although we don't know it yet, we're expecting it in the next few weeks or a couple of months. It's been widely reported here that they are considering not offering the Palestinian refugees a right of return. That's been a key red line for them in decades of negotiation. And also there may be some move from the White House to pressure Palestinians to accept Israeli settlements on occupied Palestinian territory. That would also be a no-go for Palestinians, although the White House says it's too premature. This decision on Jerusalem is suggesting to many in the Palestinian camp and in the region among Arab peoples that this peace plan, when it is finally presented, will not be something that the Palestinians can accept. We'll have to wait and see. Nathan King, CGTN at the White House.